Hi, my name is Ryan, and this is a devlog for my current game in development called Dungeon Sandbox. 2 weeks ago, after my first devlog, I started sending the game out to alpha testers, and I got a ton of feedback. This was great because the feedback from game developers and programmers was so specific on what didn't feel right in the game. I think this was a very important step, because as a game developer, we always have so much going on, we forget about the simple things, like the player can jump 10 feet in the air, or the attack animations are too slow, making the player feel sluggish. So as daunting as the task was to change all these features, I started getting to work. So the main piece of feedback I got from everyone is they didn't know how the player controls worked. So I started making a simple menu for the player. It still needs a lot of work, but I think it works for now, until I can build some sort of tutorial level. Next, I started polishing the player. I decreased the jump height and the jump distance, so we can only jump one tile gaps with a double jump. I also sped up the player. A lot of people said the player felt sluggish. The animations still have some issues. I'm currently working on them now. The next piece of feedback I got was about the controls. The music was too loud, some of the dungeons were too dark, and the mouse was too sensitive. So I got to work and started making a settings menu. I ended up going a little overboard and changing a lot of the fonts, and probably spending too much time on this, but I think it looks good. So then I took that menu and copied it into the player menu, and I started adding more features and making it look more like the player menu style. After that, it was time to work on the part that I've been avoiding for a long time, the server. I'm using Strapi for my backend database. If you want to see a video on why I chose Strapi, comment down below. Strapi is great because it supports users, game data, and files. I like the user interface. You can set up your data within minutes, but there are some limitations, like authorization. You can easily set up authentication for users, meaning you have to be signed in to use certain features. But the problem is it only checks if you're signed in, not if you have the authority to modify data. Meaning, if I have a call like update level information, any user can make that call for any level, whether or not you own it. This is a problem. So I was going to have to code some new features. The problem was I didn't know much about web development or JavaScript. So at the time, Udemy was having a sale. So I picked up a course from Alex the Entrepreneur. I recommend this course if you're looking to get into Strapi. I did the first project, then there was some examples to add new features. The link's in the description. It's not an affiliate link, I just think it's a good course. You can also find his videos on YouTube. In the next couple weeks, I'll be making my own YouTube course on setting up Strapi for Unity. It'll be a tutorial series on getting everything set up and how to customize your database. All the code will be on GitHub, so you can easily copy and paste the features you want. Stay tuned for that. Now back to the game. I started coding, making custom controllers. This took forever. I spent a whole weekend coding and debugging. Finally, after 2 days of fighting with everything, it worked. You can now create, delete, and like levels. Only the player has the authority to do this, so everything's secure. I was feeling motivated, and there was one more thing I wanted to add to Strapi: to check for bad words. This was really easy. I downloaded a plugin from NPM called Bad Words, and then it just checks to see if it matches a list, and if it does, it rejects it. In the coming weeks, I plan on updating some of my code to make it easier to add new content. I also need to fix the AI because right now it's very simple and not very challenging. That's it for this week. If you like this devlog, like and subscribe. It really helps grow the community. If you like the game and want to support me, join the Discord. I'm going to release a beta on itch.io soon, and I have a Patreon if you want to support me financially. Right now, our goal is to cover the current server costs. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it.